This is how it starts. With insomnia. With everything just a little too far away.
With insomnia, nothing's real. Everything's far away. Everything's a copy of a copy of a copy.
He's a nameless man, caught in the soft machinery of modern life. He works for a car company. He calculates risk. If people die, he calculates how much they're worth.
Take the number of vehicles in the field, A, multiply it by the probable rate of failure, B, and multiply the result by the average out-of-court settlement, C. A times B times C equals X. X is less than the cost of a recall. We don't do one.
Are there a lot of these kinds of accidents?
You wouldn't believe.
Which car company do you work for?
A major one.
He lives in a condo filled with perfect things. Things he doesn't need. Things that define him.
I'd flip through catalogs and wonder, what kind of dining set defines me as a person?
But at night, he can't sleep. His thoughts circle like planes waiting to land. And so he finds relief in something unexpected. Support groups.
Did you find a partner for this?
My name is Bob. Bob.
The narrator meets Bob, cancer survivor, former bodybuilder, now soft in ways the world didn't forgive. Bob was the first man who made him feel seen in a long time. And in the strange comfort of that embrace, between the smell of sweat and cheap cologne, the narrator could finally cry. He sleeps better. He didn't just attend these support groups. He became addicted to them. They were his only escape, the one place he could actually feel something.
Remember to breathe and step forward into your cave.
Then Marla shows up, a chain-smoking mystery wrapped in secondhand clothes.
This is cancer, right?
She ruins everything, because she's just like him. She doesn't belong. She's lying. But more than that, she sees him.
You're a faker.
Sorry.
Right, but you're not dying the way Chloe back there's dying.
So,
So you're a tourist.
I saw you practicing this.
I'll expose you.
I'll expose you. Let yourselves cry. Why do you do it?
Look, you don't want to get into this. It becomes an addiction. I'm not kidding. I can't cry if there's another faker present, and I need this.
Candy stripe a cancel ward. It's not my problem.
Later, Marla and the narrator agreed not to attend the same support groups anymore, like two ghosts choosing separate graveyards.
We might want to switch nights.
Okay.
On a flight, he meets Tyler Durden, philosopher, arsonist, soap salesman.
So.
Tyler Durden.
When the narrator first met Tyler on the airplane, he felt an inexplicable pull, like encountering a version of himself unchained, confident, and disturbingly free.
Tyler, you are by far the most interesting single-serving friend I've ever met.
That night, after his flight, the narrator returned to find his apartment in flames. Everything he owned, gone. He stood in the street, watching his perfect life dissolve into smoke. With nowhere to go, he called Tyler.
Things you own end up owning you. You called me because you needed a place to stay.
Can I stay at your place?
Yeah. I want you to do me a favor.
Yeah, sure.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
They fight. And it feels like waking up.
Can I be next?
All right, man. Loose the tie.
More men come. They meet in the basement of a bar. The rules are simple.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
It's not about hurting. It's about feeling. They're not angry. They're numb. And this is the cure. Marla calls one night. She says she took too many pills. The narrator watches the phone ring, then walks away. Tyler answers instead. She shows up at the house.
You're gonna have to keep me up all night.
They sleep together, loudly, constantly.
My God. I haven't been fucked like that since grade school.
You won't believe this dream I had last night.
Yeah, I can hardly believe anything about last night.
Fight Club grows. It becomes something else. Project Mayhem emerged like mold in the walls. Tyler's sermons turned into missions. Burning credit card records, destroying art, hacking into the sterile grid of the city. The men shaved their heads. They gave up their names. They followed Tyler like monks. They poured lye on their hands to feel reborn, just as the narrator had, watching his skin bubble and burn, realizing that real pain was the first honest thing he'd felt in years.
It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything.
Project Mayhem emerged like mold in the walls. Tyler's sermons turned into mission. Tyler becomes a prophet.
God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need.
The narrator becomes a bystander. And then, Tyler disappears.
Climb the risks they cut survives the raft to Sears Tower.
After Tyler left, the narrator realized that the house had become a hollow echo of chaos, every corner stained with the residue of Tyler's presence. Every silence heavy with the weight of unfinished thoughts. Project Mayhem swallowed Fight Club.
Where's Tyler?
Sir, the first rule of Project Mayhem is you do not...
Okay.
On that night, during a mission to destroy a corporate art sculpture, the police arrived early. Bob was shot in the head while trying to flee. He died with a name that the world had tried to take from him.
Trying to blow things up? What did you think was gonna happen?
For the narrator, this was a rupture. A man he had cried beside, fought beside, and perhaps, unconsciously, admired. A real person. A warm presence. Gone. Bob's death was the first clear signal that the dream was becoming a nightmare. He follows Tyler's ghost through cities. Fight clubs are everywhere.
Who do you think I am?
You're Mr. Durden. You're the one who gave me this.
Tyler isn't real. He's the other half. The half that broke off.
Tyler's not here. Tyler went away. Tyler's gone.
What?
The narrator had been sleepwalking through his life, and Tyler was the part of him that wanted to burn it all down.
First night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Little buddy, you could not do this on your own. All the ways you wish you could be, that's me. I look like you want to look, I fuck like you want to fuck, I am smart, capable, and most importantly, I'm free in all the ways that you are not.
When the narrator realized the true scale of Project Mayhem, he tried to stop it grasping at the unraveling threads of a plan he no longer controlled.
Yes. Can I help you?
Warning Marla in a voice that trembled with fear,
Strange.
as if waking from a dream only to find the dream had already remade the world.
You're the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Tyler's plan is already unfolding, silent and precise. The city's financial towers are wired to disappear like forgotten debts. In the stillness of a cold parking garage, he fights Tyler, though in truth, he's only fighting himself, fists swinging through the fog of his own fractured mind. Realizing the only way to stop it, the chaos, the voice, the version of himself he couldn't control. The narrator put the gun in his mouth and pulled the trigger. Not to die, but to silence Tyler. To reclaim his mind with one final act of surrender and defiance. At the end, buildings fall. Credit records erased. But there's no screaming, no chaos. Just two people holding hands in front of a window as the pixies sing, "Where is my mind?" It feels like the end of something intimate, like waking up after a long dream and finding the world has slightly tilted on its axis. Tyler wanted a revolution. The narrator wanted peace. The audience? Maybe we just wanted a question we could sit with in the dark. Fight Club is not about fighting. It's about waking up in a world that tells you how to live and then choosing, in some reckless, painful way, to live for yourself. Even if it means losing your name. Even if it means facing the parts of yourself you'd rather keep buried.